tomorrow. First serve, and we have talked about Poland needing to get their middles going early. Attacking hands will do the job.
Yeah, Poland's a team that rely pretty heavily on their pins. Typically, it's the pin behind, so you'll see that aggressive swing, that high swinging style that's very Polish.
An inadvertent buzzer early on, so it will be a replay.
Bit of luck there, because I think that ball was already hitting the tape by the time I heard the buzzer.
Yeah, and the Italian team was trying to say she'd already served it, but second opportunity. This one in, Sila passes the first ball. Again, off hands. The setter for Poland is Karina Benerska. Tell me about her.
Well, she's kind of stepping into this big role because Asha Wolosz, typically the starting setter for the Polish side, not available, but I like the way she's been running the offense so far.
And they like the way of the block. That blocks Stasiak and Kornelik better than many across the world.
And you can tell just by looking at them. I mean, look at the height that they present at the net. Silic got a lot of work to try and go around them, looking for an angle. Kornelik loved that.
Yeah, they're cookies and milk. They go together with great success. Paula Aganu, Doug. It'll be back to Stasiak. Hard hammer from Stasiak. She's an absolute star for these fans.
Yeah, she's their go-to, especially out of system like this. It's a bump set. You know she likes that high ball. It doesn't matter how much time she has. Almost the more time, the better when it comes to Stasiak, so she can see her angles.
Stasiak had 25 points in the quarterfinal win versus China. This brings to the back line Miriam Sila. She had 14 points, 12 attack, and 4 blocks versus USA in a sweep. Nice pickup by DeGradi. Agano going over the tall block. DeGradi preferring to go off of it.
DeGradi is one of the younger players in the team that's kind of establishing herself into that second outside role. Loves to go off a fingertip. She's so powerful when she attacks the ball. It's usually 100% or 0% when it comes to her.
Last year when these two teams met in the semifinals, Italy swept Poland. Pass is tight, well set. We talked about Poland setter. Tell me a little bit about Alessia Oro, number 8 for Italy.
Oro is pretty much the lifeblood of this Italian team. She has such skill with her hands. I mean, this is a perfect example. It's a one-handed set to Danesi, the two of them playing together in their club volleyball. Super consistent, and it's a really spread out offense.
Yeah, and their club volleyball, as a matter of fact, they are playing in Turkey for Stefano Lavarini at Fenerbahce in this coming year. Block of Poland already asserting themselves. DeGradi first contact. Over the top. Stasiak saw it, just didn't get the move on.
Clever shot from Aganu. You're used to seeing her go full throttle with the arm, get Stasiak moving. Perfect placement. If you're going to get anyone on the floor, let it be Stasiak. She's one of the top scorers. And once she's down, it's harder for her to get up.
Was outside to DeGrady, whip of an arm.
I think as the match progresses, you'll see Italy starting to figure out when and where this block is lined up.
Dishak again, first touch by Uganu, one of the most powerful opposites in the world. Off the block and good.
That's a great block by Oro. I was looking back at some of the stats from last year when these two teams met. Oro had 5 blocks in that match, and you typically don't look at her as a big blocker, but she is so solid in those arms. She's absolutely not a weak spot at the net.
Dishak back to Sila. Italy not staying in system much either, so everything going to the pins at the moment. Dishak, ripper down the line, and the fans respond.
Dishak can be one of those players we talked about being hot or cold. If she gets going, feed her that ball over and over. If the errors start to creep in, that's when the danger is for the Polish side.
Out to DeGrady, the fans go completely dead silent. And then Łukasiuk. Ball bouncing around, that's Martina Łukasiuk, 25 years old.
I love that repeat set from Renewska. She knew that Łukasiuk didn't get that first one, was smart with it to recycle, goes back out to her again, because again, Oro, yes, a great blocker in her own right, but that has to be an area of the net that they try to capitalize on.
Outside off hands. They're using Uganu quite a bit, and why not?
And how about that pickup from De Gennaro? This is what we talk about when liberos can really make or break a match. She just popped that up with one arm, and then it's an easy conversion for the setter and opposite on Italy's side to get it done.
Zizek dug by DeGrady, nice dig, sets up all the offense, and Sila cracked.
Perfect overload in front, and this is what Italy can do. They will frustrate their opponents when they start getting crafty with these combination plays. Middle had to stay with Sarah Farr there in the middle, and that's the tempo is too quick to Silla.
Bounce down from Łukasiuk.
I like the idea to go line there. That's what she had, that's what's available. Just ever so slightly over-rotating.
Block is there and solid. Sarah Farr and Miriam Sila combined.
Italy are such a strong blocking team. Farr, watch, she's not even there. Look how much space there is between her and Silla. Last minute, she gets there to close it up and finishes the hands inside.
Gurka with a swing and also a net violation against Italy. Shut down, that's Oro and Farr. We talked about the big blockers on Poland's side of the net, but Farr and Danesi in the middle for Italy.
Yeah, that's a great combination, and the two of them hip to hip. That inside arm is what gets it done for Farr. She's really disciplined when she finishes and presses over.
Little ball down, just drop it in front.
You don't lose a lot of value when you get Danesi in there instead of Farr. She's equally as good, and I like that clever shot to try and go a little higher, a little softer, especially when the middle has just served.
Jurka. Well passed by Sila, then she gets the reward. The very worst kind of ball. Drops with no one making the move.
I doubt Coach Lavarini got a whole lot of sleep last night, but those are the kind of plays you lose sleep over as a coach. That's not tactical, that's not strategic, that's a great defense. Someone's got to be there.
Well dug by De Gennaro, out to Sila, tough ball. She's so smart, knowing exactly how big that block is.
Yeah, roll shot, take some speed off it. Blockers are taking away her cross court, and Stysiak still in short for the tip when there's so much line.
Poland calling their first timeout, down to set 1.
Girls, we have one thing to do. When we have an high ball, the ball has to be inside the court, because if it is outside, the Gennaro easy or the middle blocker strong. The ball inside, like we started, we can always work over the block. Using Paola without closing or over Alessia is not that difficult. Okay, right, go.
As you hear Stefano Lavarini talking about you can use Paola, he's referring to Paola Oganu, who he again will coach as he returns to Milano this year. She is part of that roster, along with Danesi. Speaking of Danesi, there she is.
She is silent but deadly. You barely even really notice her, but she moves so quickly. And corner look, getting that ball ever so slightly low. Danesi knew exactly where she wanted to go with it.
No good as they are going for hands, and Italy says, wait, we think we caught him. And so this will be the first challenge. Reminder that each team gets 2 challenges per set and 2 timeouts per set. If you win your challenge, if it is successful, in this case, the call being overturned, you get to keep it.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the players looking particularly convinced on that touch, but maybe worth a challenge at least.
Oro back to Aganu.
Or a nice little repeat set there to Aganu, who just missed the fingertips. Second time she's not going to miss.
Yeah, and it's an interesting scout for Lavarini because in addition to the people who being on his roster last year, Sila and Oro were on his roster this year as well. So he knows who's who on that Italian side.
Yeah, 4 of these starters are basically his go-tos at Milano, and I think that says a lot about what the scouting report will be probably cleaner against this team than anyone else that has played Italy so far. Although if he knows their weaknesses, he knows their strengths too.
Yeah, exactly. Konerska to the middle, Kornelik strikes.
I gotta see more middle coming out of Poland side, and Kornelik, you can see this time changes it up a little bit, goes more middle. You're used to seeing her go really sharp to the sideline, so just testing the block in front of her there.
Good pickup. De Gennaro set the ball to Iganu. Sees those big hands and is going for it. Danesi. I mean, DeGrady just so smart with her placement.
Yeah, it's a great heads-up play. She's at the net. She's waiting for it to come over. And there have been a couple of calls this season where players have been caught grabbing it early. She waits. She is hanging out until that ball gets to her, and then she's pushing with power. And that's the key to really throwing off the defenders that are waiting for that sort of softer, shorter ball in front of her.
Over dig. Manerska goes back. Stishak, get her involved again. Sela gets it up. A great chase by Oro. But Alec really wanted to touch that first ball.
Yeah.
Few middles.
I mean, it went right in her wheelhouse, and I think she's maybe one of those players that builds a bit of confidence from setting the tempo of that first ball. She knows exactly how fast she has to go in to get it, but again, working angles there against the block in front of her.
Shut down, but out. Fans react, and then, oh.
Yeah, the hand's just slightly late, but Farr's an attacker that she'll hit high, but she's also one of the faster swingers, so you kind of put your hands there and you don't realize she's already taken the ball away.
Ball back again. Farr, or excuse me, and Tropova. And then through the middle. Just another, we talked about Kornelek and Stishak. Now we've got Antropova, excuse me, and Farr. Another big combination. Stishak over dig. De Gennaro will take it. Those are the ones. You think you've got it down?
Nope. Are you kidding me? De Gennaro just throwing her body in the direction to defend that. I mean, there's the last touch from DeGrady, who again had to be disciplined and patient, but that was almost a libero kill, and you'll love to see it because that's an energy booster. That's the kind of play that can really build a bit of momentum on their team. Not that Italy really needs it with this 4-point lead already.
Back. Touched by Italy's block. Once again, Poland using Italy's block to Poland's advantage.
Yeah, and Poland are in a situation right now where they've given a little bit of a cushion to Italy. They've got to use the crowd, they've got to use their smarts, figure out ways to put Italy in difficult situations.
Grabka picks up that first ball. Too much of a rip, despite putting in Smarzik and Grabka to get more height on the block.
Yeah, the defense right now is functioning at a high level on Italy's side because they're just converting everything that Poland is sending at them. They're figuring out ways to pop that ball high, and the connection with Cambi and her setters is equally as good as it has been with Oro and hers. Hitters, not setters. They're the setters.
Giovannini in now. Serves to the middle. Here's Smarzik attacking, looking for that corner. Picked up by Giovannini. And then off the block and good. This is that tipping point now. Poland is behind by 5. Italy is in the red zone. Past 20. Poland going to take their second and final timeout.
We understand that from a tactical point of view, we are doing a good job. but now is the technical point of view that we have to fix. Because also this ball, we have to be over, we have to catch the ball, not to go high. Situation 5-6, stop, but turn a little bit more to the court, because if you stay like this, it's difficult to control, protect the ball. And this first touch it, we touch it, billion of balls. We don't need to push the ball to the net. When we touch in block, we need just an high ball in the 3 meters and we develop counter-attack. Vai, and go!
He, as a middle blocker who played 10 years professionally overseas, what'd you take out of that timeout?
Well, Coach Laverini is saying specifically, if we do get that defense, let's keep it high on our sides. Don't give the blockers on the other side a chance to put it straight back down if it goes tight.
Back to Smarzak again. And the power is just too much. That time, it's Ekaterina Antropova.
And on this Italian side, there are a lot of chat about how good Egonu is. Antropova, almost equally as good in her own right, but sitting on the bench behind Egonu for several years on the national team, now kind of getting a little bit more playing time. We're really seeing her shine.
Yeah, she's the best scorer in the Italian league, 24-25. Smarzak says, hey, talk about me instead.
Yeah, plenty to say about Smarzak as well. She was one of the big names just a few years ago, was one of the top scorers of this competition in 2018 and 2019. This is what she can do. I love when she swings high and deep. That's her shot.
Sila, perfect pass. She's nearly unstoppable when she gets a clean set, scramble play, and full approach.
Yeah, Far's done all the work here to hold the middle, and then Sila can see she's brought that ball in. They're a little bit inside of the block, so Smarzak, even though she's well-disciplined and pushed over, she's almost outside. She's almost can't be utilized in the block there.
6-point lead late in set one for Italy. Make it 7. What a shutdown by the Italian block.
Poland have got to start thinking a little more strategically. If there are two very well-formed players in front of you, that's not the time to test the arms of Antropova.
Set point, Italy. First contact is decent. Smarzak off hands. What a pickup. Poland stays alive. It'll be set point number 2 for Italy.
Great pushback, a lot of width there for Smarzak again to utilize her height, get the ball at its peak, and Italy's still looking good in the defense, just not enough.
Gurka serving again. And that's the way the set will end. Italy just pushing through Poland in set number 1.
They looked as if they were neck and neck there, those two.
Yeah, Venerska will start off serving, 32 years old. Oro, back to Egonu. Pound town to start things off. Egonu had 3 kills in the first set.
And I almost love that about the offense that's coming on Italy's side. We talk a lot about Egonu and how powerful she is. She's the 4th best scorer on Italy's side, so Poland doesn't even have to focus on her.
Good block. Again, that's Stishak and Kornelik. There's nobody like DeGrady in terms of the way that she plays. She stands 1 meter 82 versus 200 for Kornelik. And 203 for Stishak.
Super ball control, super good at just reading the situation. I mean, that's a perfect example.
Sila, very controlled dig out to DeGrady, who again attacks hands. What is it that makes her so successful consistently?
Well, she and I were actually teammates back when I was playing in Italy, and I can tell her she's one of those players that goes 100% in training. She's not showing up to training just to get the reps. She's showing up to get better every single time, and you can see it just in her gameplay, how much she's learned and improved in those smarts.
Pushed outside, Stishak. Too hot to handle for Denesi. We talk about that particular rotation all the time, where the middle blocker serves and there is no libero on the floor. you can count on it if you're a middle blocker. They're going to attack you.
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect pass, lets him run the middle. Excellent dig by Strogovska. Korneluk first ball. They do like to set her when she handles that first ball.
Tips and rolls. Again, Poland have just gotten into a comfortable situation of trying to swing every time. That was way off. The shot wasn't there for her to take. Had to push with her left hand, but the rolls fall. So maybe we'll see a little bit more of this from Poland now on purpose next time.
Yeah. Intentional rolls. Czernianska serve. Reach back. Ogano making her handle the first ball in the hopes that she won't handle the last. Block by Poland.
Good discipline by Korneluk. She had to wait on that ball. You saw this hand go up of Oro. She cannot attack that. So she knew it was going to be a set. Good discipline to hang out and wait.
Czernianska again. Over the top is Paula Ogano.
Yeah, she is unreal. When she gets the ball at her peak, watch how high she goes over the blockers. Even someone like Korneluk, who stands one of the tallest on the team, gets over anyway.
Off the block, picked up, goes the other way. Stishak looking for those hands and doesn't get them.
And not a bad idea from Stishak, trying to get creative there. Looked like a little over rotation on her as she was trying to go around her shoulder, around her body.
Ogano serve, well handled. When they can get the ball to Korneluk, she's been very successful.
Yeah, she hits super sharp angles. Bars there, she gets up in the right spot, but she's kind of reaching a little bit. And then Korneluk's able to just get on top of it. It's really just a snap of the wrist from her.
Now Korneluk back to serve. Again, look for her to receive. Well, never mind, since it wasn't in. They would have probably attacked her as a defender in the backcourt. But with the change of possession comes a change of scenery in the backcourt as libero Strokovska coming back. Ogano unloads.
Look how much time she had to kind of just wait and look at what's in front of her. Dejanado just pops it up off the net, plenty of space, and Ogano comes flying in inside of the block.
We began the broadcast talking about this matchup exactly in last year's it was again a semifinals in the final week, and Paula Ogano had 22 points in that sweep over Poland. Feeding far through the middle, slowed by that big Polish block. Crafty, but picked up. What a dig. Ogano to finish, but no. Manerska will set in the backcourt. Don't worry about doubles. As long as it doesn't cross the net, it's no problem. That's the problem. Sila, no block to really stop her.
As soon as that tip went to Stishak and she's taken out of the offense, that felt like it was going to be Italy's point all day long. First of all, enormous up. Even tips and rolls are not falling on Italy's side, but Silla ends up with a wide open net because Stishak's so pulled in.
Calm down, girls, calm down, because like this we cannot fix problems. Because if we are not calm enough to decide to put this ball instead of on the libero on this side, Kasia, I say, perfect pass. In four, you have the center. When you have difficulties with the ball that move, you rely more on the opposite.
Stefano Lavarini saying this is not the way we can do it if we're not looking up and feeling it. And the thing is that, you know, we talked about Italy going 12-0 undefeated through the preliminary rounds, but they also had 8 sweeps during that time. I mean, they didn't just win them all, they won a lot of them with domination. Brought back, Sila making the most of it. She's so good. Great dig by De Gennaro. Unbelievable ups. Here comes a free ball. And far that time, another middle pass, set me back.
Yeah, Oro will always give it to her middle if she has the chance to, especially off of a perfect pass. And far, why not? Look how physical she is over the blockers on the other side. She's a consistent player for Oro to just feed whenever she needs her.
Faro had a really nice match in the quarterfinal against the United States, 12 points, 9 of them attack points. First contact, good for Poland. Łukasik over the top. Benarska to the middle. You think try a change of pace, but they all come back just like that.
Yeah, it's hard to tip over Serafar and Silla. You've got to be really, you got to put it a little higher than that. That was almost right into the hands, and you know it's coming right back. The coverage on Poland can pick up. They're looking really mentally frustrated. They look exhausted already, and we're only in set number 2.
And I think that's what we heard from Stefano Lavarini, saying, like, we can't win like this. Let's have a little fight. Down 6 in set 2, already down 1 set. To the middle, off hands. That's when Poland is their best.
Yeah, Jurczyk pushing a little bit from the setter there. We've only seen them run close to the setter so far, so I like adding that little bit of speed or the little bit of space as well, and she's working for the end line rather than straight down. She's a different style of attacker as well, Jurczyk. She's much smaller, more springy.
Magdalena Stysiak is serving. She can still be a threat from the backcourt as she will attack from the right side. Far. Just, you can see the rhythm finding her at this point.
And keep an eye on where Italy are attacking from. The zones of the net are changing every single time. So you see Jurczyk is hanging out in the center because that's where all the attack has been from middle. Then it's changed up and pushed.
Łukasik thinking she sees floor, but it's not there. And the power with which Sila approaches, it was wide, but she rises into the air with such power.
Yeah, she really gathers her entire body and puts it up into the air and converts that into some power on the ball, essentially. It's all physics. It's all beyond me, but it's all physics.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I took physics. If I did, it was painful. Łukasik. Sila, there it is. Again, off hands, Łukasik, excellent dig. Just, Sila's on a tear in every way. Attacking's one thing, but her defensive effort, chasing things down, is spectacular. Aganu, that, I can't explain how hard that is. Why don't you try?
I mean, Italy right now are just not letting anything drop. So it starts with some really effective defense from every single player on the court. But then when Aganu goes up to attack, the blockers are thinking, okay, she's can't attack that so hard. She's off the net. Let's pull off a little bit. And effectively, that almost is a down ball for Poland. But 2 players looking at each other, just letting it drop. They're expecting it to either go wide or be more hard driven. And she just kind of goes in between those 2.
Meanwhile, substitution for Poland, well received. It's Damaske, 11 points versus China off the bench in the quarterfinal. She was an absolute game changer. Poland struggled in that quarterfinal. It went 5 sets, but it was when Damaske came on that all of a sudden things started to change.
Yeah, they needed a little something, a spark plug, some energy, some momentum, but she's also a solid passer as well as really effective in the offense, front and back court.
Aganu again, this time she pops it in. Stishak off hands, picked up again by Oro. Back to Aganu off the block and out.
Nothing dropping on Italy's side right now, and that's the dangerous thing for Poland, is because everything else is kind of neck and neck in terms of net play and aggression in the attacks, but more balls dropping on Poland's side.
Stishak off the block, no one there to grab it. What does Poland need right now to regain their composure?
They need a lot more communication, first and foremost. This kind of ball that comes off the hands and goes 3 seconds in the air, somebody has to be underneath that. That's not a straight down stuff block. That's not an uncoverable ball. That's just communication and really just desire to keep playing.
Stishak out, Smarzek in for her. Here she comes with her first swing. Different look, was able to get a kill.
Just a slight change of direction there. Dejanauer unable to handle it and came up a little awkwardly, grabbing her knee.
Uh-oh.
We'll keep an eye on her.
Yeah, not good. She's 38 years old, as you mentioned, playing for Canigliano for over a decade, 12 years now. So a challenge has been requested by Poland. I don't believe there is the ability to have a mid-rally challenge this year. It's a new rule.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around what they might be challenging, but I mean, if anything, slowing down the momentum of Italy right now is probably at the forefront of Coach Laverini's mind. They haven't really figured out a way to put pressure on this Italian team just yet. We've seen them try to swing hard and the block is there. We've seen them try to put tips and rolls and the defense is all over it.
It's a foot fault that they were looking for.
Oh yeah,
but it's a Poland player.
Yeah, that's absolutely a fault. You have to have the entire foot underneath the net on the other side of that line, and that was pretty clear.
Followed by an ace serve.
Yeah, Danesi with a sneaky tough serve there. Barely any spin on it. Going between the two receivers, dropping a little high as well.
Well passed. Smarzek off the block. Intentionally or not, big kill. Smarzek, difference maker coming in off the bench.
Poland needs something. Out of system like this, there's still a good block set up, and even that ball, it doesn't come back up. So there's some acrobatics in the backcourt. So Poland have to find a way. They've got to just some deep angles, maybe some more.
Doesn't like being upset.
Yeah. Yeah, Oro's really good at feeding the hitters that need to be fed. So then that in case the Gradi had just been blocked, she gets that to her better. I mean, that first contact was much better first of all, so she was able to run whatever she wanted. Space in the net for the Gradi.
She's moving to Chieri next year. All right, off the face, it's still good. Clean attack and a block to finish. Way to use your head, Dallas.
Corner luck, right place, right time. Yeah, the one pop over off the head from Venerska, but Korneluk just moving really well. And again, Far's sort of establishing that different zone now. She's a little further from her setter, so good read by the middle blocker of Poland.
Pass is perfect, back to Aganu. She goes to work down the line. It's a 7-point lead for Italy.
I mean, that's just precision from Iganu to turn that outside.
Off the block, good pancake up. Here's a second chance, block just as big. Changes her swing. De Gennaro. Back, Smartek's been the one. And outlasts Italy, forcing him to make a mistake eventually.
Silla just making sure all the hardware is still there in the ears. Lost one. There's the attacking percentage. Poland only at 30%. They're just not figuring out how to get past the block.
Well, if you have any ideas, let them know, because it's that tough.
Yeah.
Ace serve, that helps.
That helps a lot. Serving's got to get better on Poland's side. If you're playing a team like Italy, you need more of that, more opportunity that you can just get a free point or at least get them out of system here.
Due palloni. Quando c'è Cornelius segue molto a Sara. Adesso con lei no. Capito? L'altro centrale con lei no. Invece Cornelius con Sara sì. Andiamo, tranquilli. Bene la difesa, 2 errori in meno e ci siamo. Andiamo.
Italy hasn't been pushed much, so after a couple of consecutive points, Julia Velasco says, let's just stop this nonsense right now.
Yeah, and he was speaking to Oro in particular about her distribution in the set, because I'm looking at Korneluk's numbers right now. She has 5 blocks, so he's saying, look, when she's in the middle, let's try and go away from her. Let's not force that ball to the middle if she's up front. When the other middle's there, you can.
Korneluk and Iganu, the top scorers on their respective sides of the court with 9. Smarzak. Oh, beautiful by Damaska.
And look at the run around the court afterwards. She is such an important player in terms of building a little bit of confidence and momentum. She's celebrating as if that was match point, and that's really what Poland need right now. Every time they get a point, they have to make it count towards the momentum as well.
As the substitution came in for Italy, she just passed a dime again. I love it when Giovannini enters, steady.
Yeah, and even from one step off the net, Oro doesn't have to do too much there. Just hangs that up to you, Silla.
Far is serving. Look for Poland to attack her with their offense. They tried, but Denese said, I got your back. Łukasik coming back in for Poland. See if they get Jurczyk going a little bit more. She contacts the ball. Zila tries tenderness, picked up by Łukasik, but it was tough ball. They did, however, bait Miriam Sila into reaching over the net.
Yeah, they baited her, and she's calling it on herself. She's catching herself with the fish hook there.
Yeah, exactly.
He was way too eager on that.
We go right back at her, and she delivers. Oro doesn't attack often. When she does, it's almost always down.
You have to know when she's front court, because she is one of the most offensive setters in this competition. and is so precise with it, knows exactly when to go up. That left arm gives absolutely nothing away.
Yeah, and they did go up with her, right? But it wasn't taking up the space that she saw available. Over the top. De Gennaro back to Sila. Block is solid. Here comes a free ball Poland's way. Łukasik touches first ball. Smarzak touches the last.
Even in the coverage here, one arm just popping up from Oro to keep things going. So I love the way that Poland were able to stay in that rally. They're gonna have to expect these rallies to be extended because the defense is so good right now.
Tough ball. How, Oro? Just so ready to put that ball up. Poland staying alive. Igano touches first ball. Oro gives it back to her, but they did indeed get a touch.
Just one-on-one. You never want to see Paula Igano on the other side of the net from you when there's only one blocker up, because she has such good court vision.
Poland takes their last time out of the set.
It's not calm enough. We have to handle the ball better than this. We know how to handle the ball better than this, and our only worry now is to work technically well. It's obvious that if we give them free ball, Paula, if not the first, the second, she will score. But this is not our business. Our business is how we touch the ball and we can create counter-attack. Play for each ball, for each point, every point.
The winner of this match will go on to play in the gold medal match. Italy were the gold medal winners last year. Of course, they're also gold medal winners in the Olympics. As for Poland, they've won the bronze the last two seasons in 2023 and 2024. Oro. Is that ball over? They're saying it wasn't. And Igano sends it down, and immediately Poland is asking for a challenge, saying, look, we didn't touch it on that earlier ball.
I'm not so sure about this. I know that as a middle blocker, that feeling that you think you didn't, that it only got the tape, but if you're doing your job as a middle blocker, you're gonna be penetrating your arms over the net. So just based on physics, if that ball hits the tape, it probably hit your arms as well. If it goes in the bottom of the net, no. But if it hit the tape and it was halfway above the tape.
I love that you're doing a physics lesson today. I can't wait till we get to chemistry.
Oh, no. We got no chemistry here.
Oh, we have a lot of chemistry between these
Well, you
players.
and I have chemistry.
And these players have played together for a really long time.
Yeah.
This is the first challenge of the set for Poland. They get two. They're out of timeouts. But that, in this case, I don't believe this is used for any kind of a break in momentum. I think they honestly think it was not touched.
Yeah, the faces look convincing. Smarzak seeing herself on the big screen, just lightening the mood a bit. Well, it's taking a little longer than I was expecting, so at least there's that in the positive direction for Poland, that the referees are having to take an extra tough look at it.
I always hate to give my opinion because I'm always wrong on these, and I did not see a touch, so that probably means there was one.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, that looks like a touch to me.
Yeah, it looks like it was off for Nerska.
And that's a perfect angle to look at it as well, because you can see straight up and down is the net, and the arms of the blockers are reaching over. So if the ball's anywhere in that vicinity, it'd be almost impossible not to get a touch.
23 serving 16. Miriam Sila behind the service line in the second set. where Italy has run away with it. Strong swing. You got to respect that swing by Czernianska, but it was long. And so Miriam Sila will serve for the set. Italy looking to go up 2-0. Drop serve ace by Miriam Sila, Italy. Domination in the second set.
Well, that couldn't have ended better for Italy, but it just really tells the story. Miriam Sila getting her first ace of the competition on that set point.
Looking at the numbers from set number 2, there's so much to digest, but those attacks, what do you do?
I mean, Italy is just attacking at double the efficiency of Poland, and it has a lot to do with, first of all, Poland were not serving tough enough pretty much the first set and then halfway through that second one, and really that's what you're going to get. An Italy that has themselves in system, that are able to run the offense they want. They just have way too many options, and Poland just didn't have responses. They didn't have an answer. Not all of those balls were hard driven. Some of them were just into the corners. They were off the hands. They were a little short, but the variety coming from Italy is really tough to handle right now for Poland.
Słuchajcie, konkurs, którego sponsorem jest Orlen, jest fajny. Jest jednym z najfajniejszych konkursów, ale tak jak poznajemy uczestników, przejdźcie, powiedzcie, jak macie na imię i skąd przyjechaliście. Adam, skąd przyjechaliście? Ja blisko z Łodzi. Opoczno i Łódź. Okej, oczywiście.
Paolo Aganu with 8 points in the second set alone. Looking at these attack zones by Poland first.
Yeah, Poland are trying to work every area of the court. They're trying to figure out something because no one's really been able to put the ball down on their side. But when it comes to Italy, they're really using the outside a lot. Oro is really trying to, I think, avoid overutilizing Aganu, but when she does, she's so effective that she doesn't have to give her that many sets for her to get it done.
Let's check in with Emily Eman and find out what Italy's thinking right now.
Coach, what do you feel like your team is doing especially well right now, up 2-0?
Well, I think that the difference we did in defense, we did unbelievable defense in some moments. And I think after, okay, attack, block, did really good, but the snap was when we start to defend some difficult balls. And I think that now we have to pay attention that we have to restart from this, because we know also Poland team was against China, back 1-2 in difficult moment, but immediately they can play for sure really better, so we have to pay attention a lot.
What's the team's mindset right now to try to close it up with one more set?
Well, one more set, I think, as I said, we have to restart from when we start, when we finish. Great defense, less mistakes in attack, but waiting there for us, for sure they will play better in defense, I guess. And so maybe long rallies, pay attention to this.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Massimo Barbolini makes a very good point that Poland struggled in their first match in the quarterfinals, but were able to come back, in part with some of the help from the coaches. I mean, from the fans, I should say, who were really engaged. Let's find out what the Poland coaching staff has to say.
Coach, down 2 sets to none. What was the message in the huddle with your team?
Oh, now is a difficult moment, but first target for us is attack, because even when we have positive and perfect pass, our efficiency is super low. Then transition and high ball situation, we have to be super precise with setting the balls. Every centimeter out of the antenna, out of the net, this is a big problem for us, and this is the crucial point.
You talked about offense. Defensively, what's the biggest adjustment you want to see on your side?
General block and defense of the opponent is super good, so we knew that. That's why we have to be more efficient in attack.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Other than that, we need to see better defense. Pick up those balls that are in areas that they're within their control.
Now they're playing better. Now that's what people say when the other team makes an error.
Yeah, the other thing for Poland is Korneluk is their top scorer right now as a middle blocker, and most of her points coming from the 5 blocks that Poland have. We need more offense out of them.
And Italy getting plenty of offense out of Aganu. Here's Smarzak. Ball hits the antenna as she attacks it, automatically out of bounds.
And she's getting the start because she played a little bit better towards the end of that second set when she got subbed in, and that's one of the question marks Lavarini has. Does he keep Smarzak in? Does he put Stysiak back in? She's one of their top scorers. Typically, big question.
Yeah, Smarzak had 4 points in that second set, despite coming in partway through it. Aganu with yet another block.
I'm hesitant to even call that a block. I feel like that's a defense because it's coming back so high and it's ending in the back court. Someone has to get that up.
Smarzak off hands. Goes again. Everything Sela does betters the ball. Everything. Aganu tries a different tact. Uh-oh. Denese in the middle. They go outside to DeGrady. Way to not let yourself be used, Smarzak.
Yeah, good hands there from Smarzak. Just the tiny little pinky fingers keep it in, and DeGrady thought maybe she'd pushed it enough to get it out, but I still like that idea from DeGrady.
Czernianska's serve has been powerful. Back to Smarzak again. And another block by Italy.
Another well-formed block, perfectly timed. Poland still trying to figure out how to get around the middle blocker's arm.
Outside, Łukaszek, one of the people that Poland needs to get going, to your point. Great pickup. Off hands. Haven't seen a lot coming up from the backcourt.
Yeah, and test it. Try it a little bit more. If the block is solid on Italy's side, give your hitters a little bit of space from the net so they can see those blockers. I think Poland's been trying to work really tight sets that have not functioned. Let's see a little bit more attack from the back row.
Second set got out of hand quickly in Italy's favor. Poland needs to respond. We're not seeing the same attack twice from Italy, anywhere, from anyone.
No, and the problem here is it's the right idea to go after Scylla. She only passed 26% in their quarterfinal against USA. So Poland have done strategically what they want. They want to get the setter off the net. They want to get a tip from the attack of Italy, but then still it manages to find that donut hole in the middle and the defenders are not ready.
Yeah, Scylla passing 32% today. Again, not a spectacular number, especially when you look at DeGrady, 64%, but that's Alessia Oro also making everything better.
Yeah.
Look at that, move to the middle. Outside yet again, great pickup by Czernianska. Łukaszek, looked like it was gonna go through. Pickup was insane, but then not finished.
We're seeing some sparks now. The self-cover followed by another cover, diving bodies on the floor. That's what Poland need more of, but again, as soon as that ball is free ball in the direction of Italy, the blockers are just playing catch up the whole time.
Alice De Gradi. Ball sailing well out. Łukaszek down the line, going after Sila, as you pointed out. Czernianska.
Yeah, she's trying to go for it, but she's just 21, still a young player, and I think she's getting easily frustrated when she's not finding fingertips. That's maybe worth a challenge, but too late now.
Yeah, Poland is challenging.
Oh, well, there you go.
There we go. I was going to say never too late, but you actually have 7 seconds to say whether you want to challenge or not.
And you mentioned it, that last set got a little out of hand pretty quickly. Italy were racking up their points and frustrating Poland. So if Poland is staying with Italy here, they've got to make themselves a little push and try and string some points together.
Oh, yes. That pinky going wild. A successful challenge. Poland will retain both of their challenges. The fans loved it. And maybe more importantly, what could have been a 3-point spread is now just 1 point. Eganu.
And the two of them, almost a telepathic connection, but Egano's starting to speed up. She's starting to heat up. She was barely visible in that first set, but now she's been top scorer of the last one. That's dangerous for Poland.
Yeah, 3 in the first set. This is her first in the third, but 8 in the second. Smarzak off hands. She has been very productive since entering this match.
Yeah, Poland needed some heat from the pins. Good decision to go there, targeting the left hand of Silla. And again, it's just a slight angle, a slight inch here or there that can make or break the difference between a block and a point.
Yeah, if you serve Alice De Gradi, you're gonna get a perfect pass and a smooth play. 14th point by Eganu.
You can see Korneluk takes one little mini step towards the front, and Oro opens up behind and has just almost a free net for her opposite.
Several Italian fans here in a sea of red and white. I was counting flags earlier. It was like 8 Italian flags, and then I thought I'd count Poland flags, and it's too big a number.
Impossible.
Yeah.
This isn't a math class.
No, it's a physics class, and here's the ball outside. De Gennaro, just beautiful rhythm to start things off. De Gradi came flying in.
Now, even the balls that Poland send as free balls are too simple. A high ball in the middle of the court, De Gennaro can step in, and then it's just easy pickings for Oro to use whoever she wants. Even those need to be more offensive. You can take that ball, you can push it to the corner, you can drop it short and force the middle or the setter to take it. There are different ways to utilize a free ball rather than high in the middle of the court.
Korneluk through the middle, still their top scorer, worth it there.
Yeah, definitely the right decision to use her in that moment. It was a perfect pass. She was wide open, had just one blocker in front of her, and she's been cutting some angles all night long.
See the first contact, Eganu. Czernianska off hands. Czernianska over, dig, and out. This crowd played a fairly significant role in the quarterfinal a couple of days ago, to the point that Stefano Lavarini thanked them afterwards, saying, "You helped a lot." It feels like it's a close set. There needs to be some spectacular Poland play to get this crowd back involved.
Yeah. That's not it.
No, and that's another one to the center of the court, as you talked about, and the result.
Yeah, I think you make a really good point. This crowd can really carry their team. They can sort of push them over the edge if it is neck and neck, but they need something to cheer about. Right now, it's quite flat on the court on Poland's side.
Yes. And there's a perfect example that you pointed out earlier, a free ball to the center of the court. Outside again. And DeGrade just having a field day. That's her 10th point. Poland will take a timeout, their first of the set.
Abbiamo detto che adesso cercherà di lavorare da questa parte, non lasciarti passare niente, era già abbastanza morbido, questo non è una palla super veloce. Cazzo. Poi dopo se ricominciano a giocare con una palla molto rapida ti ributterai dentro, non vedi che adesso sta provando a fare questo. Girls, it's not enough. The ball of second touch is not enough. It's not close. Now was close to the net, bravo, but it was long. Now was super off the net and we need the ball close. You can call this ball instead of her and you can set this ball. Vai, help each other.
Coach Lavarini given some really specific advice about that second contact. He wants that set to be closer to the net so that his attackers can go up with more aggression. Haven't really been able to get a handle on that yet.
Sila's serve, Łukasik handles, back to Smarzek. And well played. I think another focus for Poland can be play keep away from Alice DeGrade. I mean, she is passing 67%.
Yeah.
She's hitting 53%. Visually, just don't let her touch the ball.
Absolutely. Get Silla, make her contact that every time.
Alice, second effort. What's going on there?
I mean, that's just so good. Even when they're targeting Silla, that ball's coming off the net. Oro gets her hands around it. She gets her feet there and throws it outside with zero spin. That's almost a perfect set, even in an imperfect situation.
Pass is perfect. When it is, they go to Korneluk. I mean, she is the one who has been keeping them afloat.
I mean, I love to see a middle absolutely pop off, but it just tells me the other attackers, the other zones are not getting enough involved. They're not figuring out ways to get around, but hey, if she gets a one-on-one every time, they can keep using her.
Alice DeGrade, everybody holds their breath. What's she gonna do this time?
Yeah, she's showing a lot of range. You've seen her go hard driven, you've seen her go down the line, cross court, off the hands, tips, rolls. She's really just going through her Rolodex of skills every time she goes up in the air, looks at what's on the other side, then makes her decision kind of last minute, so it's so tough to read.
Korneluk with 11 points so far in this match, by far her best performance of all of Volleyball Nations League. 7 points versus Japan. And an ace serve to the back line.
Perfectly placed, over the shoulder.
Paolo Aganu takes something off of it, tries to find the sweet spot. Here's Łukasik. Block is huge. Sarah Farr in the middle. And next to Oro. Third time. Try something different, picked up beautifully. But De Gennaro scooping it up.
Look how much fun Italy is playing with right now, and that's because they're able to recycle these points. They're going again every single time. If things are not perfect for them, they're not waiting for it to be perfect. They're kind of making do with what's going on the court, and there are a lot of heads-up plays. You're seeing a lot of defensive effort, a lot of bodies on the floor, some throwing out of an arm to just keep that rally going, and they're having fun.
Teams were tied up at 8. It's been a 7-2 run since then. Stesiak back in and immediately makes an impact.
Out of system, high off the net. This feels like Stesiak trying to make a statement here that she sat the bench most of this match. She is kind of a last-ditch effort for this Polish side to get something done.
Huge front block on Italy's side right now with Farr and Andropova. Andropova will swing. OT over the top.
This is what I mean when I say when Italy goes to their bench, the level just doesn't decrease at all. Andropova, in her own right, one of the best opposites in the world. So when she's in that double sub rotation, perfect.
Yeah, and the other half of that double sub is Carlotta Camby running the offense. Stesiak puts it down, or at least tries to. Too high for them, though, and it'll be Andropova again. Great dig. Grabka's dig made that play work.
Great point for Poland, but that, to me, a miscommunication between anyone on Italy's side. It was two players kind of both within range of it, not going for it, but we just haven't seen that a lot on Italy's side.
Łukasik serving. She plays professionally here in Łódź, Poland. Knows this arena and this crowd very well. Off the block, too good, Andropova.
The thing about that play that sticks out to me, I heard somebody yelling, saying due, it means you have two blockers in front of you. So even when you're not going up to attack, you're telling your teammate what they have. That is a great teammateship.
Through the middle, Łukasik brought back, and then Andropova, critical dig. Looking for hands. And it looked like more of an instinct than a fact, because they do not ask their coach for a challenge. Poland has one timeout remaining. Italy has both of those. Both teams retaining 2 challenges at the moment. Our serve, well passed. Block is insane on Italy's side. Just dominating. 11-6, Italy is out blocking Poland.
Yeah, even in a perfect situation like that, Danesi, a little bit late, takes the angle.
Ball by ball. Now we start with the side out, then we come back pushing in service. Play, ball by ball. Vai.
The thing about Italy's block is that when you look at the statistics from throughout Volleyball Nations League, there's not an Italian blocker in the top 10 because it's so many of them, right? The love is spread around. It's just everybody.
Yeah, they have such good discipline, and it really is to do with that communication as well. They're in right spots together.
Overpass to the middle, and it's so tough. You got Danesi off of Oro, bread and butter.
Yeah, Farr doing her job in the backcourt as well. Pressure serve, gets that back on her side. It's a pretty much an easy situation there for Italy to run their middle. And again, they've gone to that ball that's a little pushed from the middle. They're avoiding the block of Poland. They're making them move by adding that little bit of space between the setter and the middle attacker.
Number 8 on Italy's side, Alessia Oro, was the best setter of Volleyball Nations League. Not only last year in 2024, but also in 2022. You could really see here that Carlotta Camby is holding her own.
Yeah.
Beautiful set from Camby to the outside as Sila attacks.
Now, things could not be going smoother for Italy right now, because even when Poland put a pressure serve on them, that set's coming from behind the 3-meter line, and Silla almost blind swinging on it, but still clever to go down the line.
Pass brought into the middle. Ball is out.
And you got to be swinging it so high to get over Antropova, and a challenge coming in, not surprising. But it does feel like a little bit of a last-ditch effort for Coach Lavarini.
Poland is challenging for a block touch. Looks like they've got Julieta Piasecka loading for a substitution, but first, the challenge. Let's see what we find. Right through the uprights, no touch. So Poland will have one challenge remaining. They probably knew that was going to happen anyway. They're down by 10. It's been a 16-2 run since they were tied up at 8 apiece. Or is that 14-2? It's 14-2, I think.
I told you, don't make me do math. But either way, Italy's just on another level when it comes to consistency and putting the other team under pressure. Even when they find themselves out of sorts, they're figuring it out. They're sorting it out with some clever shots.
To the middle. Brought back.
Again, the conversation happening on Italy's side, and you can hear it clearly because it's silent when they're attacking in here. Coprire, coprire, the players are saying cover, cover. They're making sure that those little details are taken care of, that when you're a high-level team, you don't expect to score the point, you work to score the point.
Andropova's serve, powerful. Silla on top of it.
Antropova doing what she does. She serves tough, gets the overpass, and again, just being ready in the right situation. Everyone doing their job for Italy.
It is match point Italy. Powerful serve. Overpass. DeGrati handles first ball. She's been excellent. Ball is out. No touch. Satisfaction delayed for Italy. It'll be set point number 2.
Now, even that, one of the few times that we've seen a mishandling on a free ball or a simple situation where the overpass comes over. But Italy have gotten themselves enough of a cushion that it just doesn't matter.
Double substitutions on both sides. Poland is out of subs at this moment. Meanwhile, Oro and Aganu re-enter on Italy's side. Set point, match point. Looking for hands, they do get it. And Italy takes down to Poland in a sweep. Italy will play for gold tomorrow. Poland will have a chance to play for bronze.
Italy doing what Italy have done to everyone this season. Starting with pressure from their first contact and their serve, they were getting a really good block lined up every time Poland were trying to attack. There were 4 hands in front of them, and that just shows you how disciplined this team is. Again, in the little things, they were taking care of free balls. They were running an offense that was hard to follow. This Italy team they dismantle their opponents.